Hold on. Let me get this shit straight. So, you're telling me that singing happy birthday is a ritual, and we say the shit 3 times for confirmation, and then we blow out a candle, and us blowing out the candle, we just aged ourselves? Nigga. Fuck you. Fuck TikTok. I don't want to believe it, because I think my eye about to start twitching. Because what the fuck? I hate it here. I hate it.
Like the Rothschild family, they own all the bank systems. The Rockefeller family, they designed the school curriculum. They designed it to create a bunch of worker bees who never pay attention to what's actually happening. The Rothschild and the Rockefeller family are super correlated. Greta Thunberg, that climate change chick, her great-grandfather Rothschild, and Bill Gates is directly related to the Rockefeller family. Like, how is it the same people that are all related that are running things?
Why is the government lying to us about history? There is a civilization as recent as 100 years ago that was omitted from the history books called the Tartarian Empire, and it was technologically far superior. They were able to convert atmospheric pressure into electricity, and as a result of unlimited free energy, they were able to direct their focus towards unity, oneness, peace, love, and harmony, which we don't see in today's society as there is no profit for evil people in times of peace. Tartaria was a country with its own government, its own flag, and its own place on the map. Its territory was huge, covering over 3 million square miles, and if you look back far enough, the country exists on maps predating the 19th century. The Great Wall of China, which is located on China's northern border, is believed to have been built by the Tartarians, although history would say otherwise. There are openings on the wall that are only accessible from the north face of the wall, or from Tartaria. The world government destroyed an entire utopia and kept it hidden because they don't want humanity knowing that there is sustainability in the collective without the interference of heads of state.
You can fly around it can make it seem like you're going around a ball, but you're really just going around in a circular pattern on a flat plane. And I was like, wow, I never really thought about it like that. And if you look at, well, of course, you know, something we always talk about is hidden in plain sight, symbolisms and corporate logos that they use. And if you look at the UN flag, this is exactly the model you're proposing. And it even has an overlay of like a bullseye pattern that shows you the overlay is exactly how planes would fly around or how ships would navigate around. But it's really odd that the UN flag would take up the exact same composition, or damn close, to the flat Earth model.
Yeah, the UN flag is a flat Earth map. You can look at it. It is not a ball Earth. It's a flat Earth. And the bullseye you're talking about that's over it, if you count the number.
We go from overgrowth right up to the steps, looking abandoned, broken windows, people posing in front of the newly founded cathedral, to, of course, the empty and abandoned muddy streets, to the cabbage field right up to the steps. This is what the inheritors do. We do not build glorious buildings like this and make a cabbage field right up to the front doors. These are the cities being refounded after the last mud flood. History is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon. A set of lies they agreed upon. Question everything, friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, no matter how strange things get here, they just get stranger. There is a national monument in Wyoming known as Devil's Tower. Now, this is a rock, a very old rock, and it is the only one of its massive size in the area, surrounded by trees. At first glance, this looks like a mountain or just a large mass of rock left behind after erosion. Now, this wouldn't seem strange except for that this rock has a shape that is eerily similar to that of a tree stump. And if you think that's crazy, there are many more of these around the world. So the only question that remains, if a structure like this is an ancient tree stump, then who the hell cut it down? Now, I would say since the last World War, we've been living in an age of revelation. What I mean is, the knowledge about the true world we live in is coming to light. Most of us would agree that the world millions of years ago, maybe even only thousands of years ago, was a very, very different place. And in order for this to make sense, we're going to have to go back pre-flood. Think about this. How bad of a place does the earth have to be in order for God to say, nope, that's it, I'm wiping everything out and starting over from scratch? I mean, what did the angels and men do to this place? And their children, by God, the Nephilim? What do you think they did to this place while they were here? I can only assume that they terraformed our planet into a total wasteland. Now, I'm going to take you through some basic things so that I can build a case for what I'm about to present.
The bodies of the Nephilims turned into mountains. It is known that when fallen angels mate with humans, they end up producing offspring that in the Bible are referred to as the Nephilims. These creatures are a powerful group of people that are said to bear insane strength and are huge in size. However, somewhere in the history of humanity, they all just vanished. Now, this might sound crazy, but there is a theory that it was during the flood of Noah where the majority of the Nephilims were petrified, and their bodies eventually became the mountains that we see today. Over the course of history, there are references to this, like in the 1948 speech given by Abraham Lincoln, talking about a species of extinct giants whose bones fill the mountains of America, or that hikers who hiked up mountains and caves say it resembles a giant human shape. So, is this proof that?
We know that Polaris, the North Star, is right over the North Pole. And it just so happens that it's fixed and it stays over the North Pole. So we know that. And then when you look at time-lapse pictures of space, all the stars are rotating around Polaris. I mean, people say that, you know, the belief that we're in some kind of enclosed system or a dome is retarded, but they still can't explain how is space an infinite vacuum. It's the opposite of this. We have gas pressure here. You can't have an infinite vacuum and gas pressure without some kind of barrier. It's impossible. I mean, who knows? Maybe all this Trump, Epstein, Q, maybe all that is a distraction from the real truth. And the real truth is what we're on and who made this.
There are no coincidences when it comes to this system. It was deliberately built, but I think it was deliberately built to be detected. And I think we were naturally supposed to figure this thing out maybe as late as the 1970s, but the government figured it out first, and they have been spending a heck of a lot of money trying to keep it a secret.
Tweeted you, but I saw a tweet you put out about the number 33. What's that about? Because you blew my mind with that. I'm like, oh my God.
When it comes down to the number 33, 33 is known as the master teacher, the one, like, for instance, Jesus died at 33. Well, the number is more important than the man. 33 is associated with influence, whether it's from behind the scenes or not. And when you look at the number 33, what you basically have to understand about it is the 33s are here to teach. As a 33 life path, you're basically a very old soul. You've been reincarnated quite a few times.